Absolutely. One of my favorite stories in entertainment over the past couple of years is the story of Carl Rinsch, the director who told Netflix, hey, I'm going to make this sci-fi show for you. Just cut me a check for X millions of dollars. And Netflix said, okay, and give him a check for a bunch of millions of dollars. And then he came back to them and said, we're having some trouble. Cut me another check for more millions of dollars. And Netflix said, well, we haven't seen anything yet, but okay. And they give him more millions of dollars. Except the part is that Carl Rinsch never made the show. Instead, he took the money and spent it on a bunch of stuff. If you guys want a little reminder of the stuff he went and bought, let's take a look at that, shall we?
Let's do that.
In total, he had 11 million of Netflix's dollars, of which instead of spending it on the TV show, he went and bought 5 Rolls Royces and 1 red Ferrari, valued at approximately 2.4 million. This is the part that kills me. He bought 2 custom bed mattresses totaling, grab your dick, $638,000 plus luxury linens in the total of almost $300,000. On top of that, he bought luxury apparel and jewelry, $652,000 worth of designer clothes and luxury Switch watches. Dude, I still buy my Gitch from Walmart, whatever. With at least one watch valued at $387,000. I just bought an Android watch for $50. I'm very happy with it. Credit card debt. He took roughly $1.7 million to $1.8 million just to pay off his own personal credit card debt. And this is the big thing too. Before making these purchases, Rinsch initially lost over half of the $11 million, making risky speculative bets on stock options. He then took his remaining funds and gambled it on cryptocurrency, specifically Dogecoin. This is my favorite story ever. This is my absolute favorite story ever. Anyway, got to be noted.
They're going to make a movie on this guy.
They have to, somebody's got to make a movie on this.
Netflix should.
That's breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, now it has all come to a conclusion as the director, Carl Rinsch, has been sentenced now to 2.5 years or 30 months in the Netflix fraud in federal prison case after Keanu Reeves and attorneys cite mental health issues. So what happened was that the prosecutors were seeking 5 years, but Keanu Reeves, who made the movie 47 Ronin with him, testified, and some others testified that they really felt he was having that the director was having mental struggles and all this kind of stuff. And
he's not sleeping well.
That's why he needed the $600,000 mattress. Yeah. He's just not getting enough sleep. So apparently the judge said, look, I tend to believe that. Like, I'm looking at these are not the actions of a stable person. And so the judge took it a little bit easy on him, still gave him 2.5 years in federal prison. Now, of course, this is all coming out of that, to quote South Park, Netflix, you're greenlit, era of Netflix, when they were just greenlighting everything. Yeah, they were just like literally greenlighting everything. And so now he has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Now, it reminds me of a story. I don't think I've ever told this story on here before. I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years, so maybe I have at some point. But this is a true story. Swear to hand to God, this is a true story. All right? This reminds me of just a little while ago, I got contacted. I got a phone call from a producer who's like, hey, let's go to Vegas this weekend. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm always down for a Vegas trip. Let's go to Vegas. And he was getting ready. He was in the midst of getting ready to make this movie. And as we're going to Vegas, we're about 2 hours into the drive when something started feeling funny about it. About like some of the stuff. I'm like, what's actually going on here? He goes, okay, here's the real deal. So I got X amount of money from our investors in the movie, but I gambled it away. And we haven't made the movie yet. I swear to God, this is a true story. At which point I'm like, dude, that's not good. That's not cool. How are you going to fix this? How can I help? What can we do? I mean, I'm not going to give you any money, but like, how are we going to fix this? He goes, well, swear to God, this is 100% true. that's kind of why we're going to Vegas. I'm like, do you have another investor in Vegas? In a way,
it's called Caesar's Palace.
I got a sum of drugs, and I've arranged to sell it in Las Vegas. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to try to make the money back to make the movie that you took from investors by doing a drug deal? He's like, yeah, man, I'm desperate, but I just got to do it. I'm like, all right. And it wasn't until about 2 minutes later that idiot Campea, the little bell went off, and I went, wait a minute.
Are the drugs
Do
in this
you
car?
have cocaine in my car right now? He's like, yeah, it's in my suitcase. I'm like, what the fuck? We get pulled over. I'm screwed. Unknowingly, I was transporting narcotics across state lines. I'm like, dude.
The long walk back from Baker.
The long walk back. And needless to say, got to Vegas, and I said, this is where we part ways. I just get out of my car. Yeah, I get it was just like that. Who plays Gambit again? Channing Tatum. It was like that Channing Tatum moment in 22 Jump Street when the little bell goes off, like ding. And like it was like 2 minutes later. It's like, wait a minute, do you have cocaine in my car? Anyway, that was just a little while ago, and I just thought I'd share that little story. Anyway, Rob, this long drawn out. This has now been a couple of years, I think, with Carl Rinsch has now come to a conclusion. He's going to spend 2.5 years in federal prison. What lessons do we take away from this, Rob?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Antonio Fermi, who wrote the article for Variety. He contacted me and he told me that he was writing the story. He was at the courthouse when the sentencing came down. And then he wrote the article and turned it in. So it was wild hearing his firsthand account and then he passed along his article last night. But here's the thing, John. Throughout history, we've always heard of people absconding with budgets or doing the wrong things with money that they've been given to make movies with. Right. I've never movie making, having budgeted films and been given lots of money to make movies myself. You want to be a custodian of it. I mean, sure, there's a lot of money that it might seem like you can run away with it, but I'll tell you that a good production accountant, you got things down to the penny, and it's not your money. And at some point, someone's going to come a-calling, and they're going to look at your paperwork, and you better be damn transparent, because I'll tell you, they'll know. It's funny because how do you think they know how to keep people from getting their profits? They have incredible forensic people. I mean, I just don't understand how, if somebody gives you a lot of money, first of all, I don't understand how Netflix gave him all this money in the first place.
I think that was just their common practice. I think it was.
I mean, was that back in the Netflix or Greenlit days? Yeah, I mean, it's this. I find it so crazy because even when I was producing DVD special edition material, this never happened. But when I was producing DVD special edition material, let's say I was given by $1 million by Disney when, doing Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And that was to pay for a team of people that are in New Zealand for 14 to 18 months. They have to be paid for. And at any one time, I thought Disney would do that. And you always have to have your books ready to be open, to be looked at, because they're going to want to know where their money's going. Mm-hmm. And I just, I look at this poor guy. I don't care if he had mental issues or Keanu Reeves thinks he was a great dude. When you're buying $150,000 mattresses, I don't care what kind of mental state you're in. You have to know that's not why you were given the money.
Rob. $300,000 mattresses.
I stand corrected.
We don't want that trash $100,000.
I don't want that Costco $150,000 mattress. I want the good stuff.
And then he bought like multiple mattresses.
Oh, you need two.
Was one for the guest room? I mean,
What kind of peasant sleeps on the same mattress during the weekdays and on the weekend, Rob?
Yeah, I have my lovemaking mattress, and then I have one for my day bed. I mean, I don't
needed a mattress for his Mercedes.
Wow, I just man.
Yes.
Look, I think that justice was served here, and I honestly feel bad for the guy. I do. But what did you think was going to happen? Did he not understand?
Yeah. Like, did he think they would just let Netflix would just forget? Like, they're making so much stuff, they'll forget what that I was making them a show. I don't know. It was weird. Out of curiosity, Jonathan, how much of my money did you embezzle? I'm just curious. That's a good looking chair. That's a very comfy looking. That looks like a $300,000 chair there.
Yeah. Minus like 299,950.
You told me you were making the next Avatar. Where'd my money go?
That's true. Well, I went to Vegas. Some guy had a suitcase full of cocaine, and I picked that up.
All right,
the
guys.
thing is, I would have just kept the Coke.
Nope. Nope, dude. I don't know. I've had a heart attack, and I don't think I've ever been as scared in my life as when I realized what was going on there. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? My absolute favorite story of the last couple of years is now coming to a conclusion, as director Carl Rinsch is going to spend 2.5 years in prison for embezzling $11 million from Netflix. Anyway, whatever you guys think about all this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.